Get ready to shop Lowe's Black Friday Doorbuster deals to save $150 on a 30-inch Blackstone griddle, now $299. Plus, choose a Whirlpool top-load washer or Midea top freezer refrigerator for just $398. These limited-time Doorbuster deals go fast, so get holiday ready today at Lowe's. We help, you save. Valid 11/28 through 12/1. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details.
This podcast is sponsored by Talkspace. You know when you're really stressed or not feeling so great about your life or about yourself? Talking to someone who understands can really help. But who is that person? How do you find them? Where do you even start? Talkspace. Talkspace makes it easy to get the support you need. With Talkspace, you can go online, answer a few questions about your preferences, and be matched with a therapist. And because you'll meet your therapist online, you don't have to take time off work or arrange childcare. You'll meet on your schedule, wherever you feel most at ease. If you're depressed, stressed, struggling with a relationship, or if you want some counseling for you and your partner, or just need a little extra one-on-one support, Talkspace is here for you. Plus, Talkspace works with most major insurers, and most insured members have a $0 copay. No insurance? No problem. Now get $80 off of your first month with promo code SPACE80 when you go to Talkspace.com. Match with a licensed therapist today at Talkspace.com. Save $80 with code SPACE80 at Talkspace.com.
Always follow the money. That's what I always say. You always follow the money.
Yeah. This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Pauly Howard on VSiN.
Welcome aboard. Thanks for watching the program today on YouTube TV, listening on SiriusXM channel 158, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, or any of our 400-plus affiliates across the country. Busy hour coming up. We'll get into Thanksgiving Day props in 15 minutes. Paul Stone, college football bets in 30. We'll take you inside our pizzeria in 45 minutes. Long shot bets that would pay off at that time. So, Pauly, we do this every single week. We do the look ahead and the early numbers for the next week and the slate in the NFL. And it begins on Thursday night, December 4th, when the Cowboys are at the Lions. How about this? Detroit is 6, 5.5 or 6, and the total is 54.5
oh, man.
In this game.
And imagine if Dallas beats the Chiefs. How big this game will be. Oh, for the props in this game. My God. All the wide receivers, and this is just going to be a fantastic game.
Yeah. 6 at DK is a touch high.
Uh-huh.
I think it's a big number for the Lions to be laying right now.
Yep.
Lions are playing with fire right now, man.
I don't like it.
Neither do I.
No, still waiting. And that loss at home to Minnesota looks terrible now.
Hey, you're not kidding.
Bad performance. Bad defense. Come on.
How about the rating for that game?
That's
on
another
Amazon.
one, yeah, sure.
Dolphins are 3 at the Jets. 41.5 is the total there.
2.5 down the street. I got to take Miami.
Do you?
Yeah.
I like the way the Jets played.
Well, I think
against
that was
Baltimore.
Yeah. They're fighting for Glenn, but also I think it was bad Baltimore and sleepwalking as well.
Could be.
Little look-ahead spot, all of it, right? But
well, here's the thing, too. Like that number, that 2.5 could absolutely be wiped out, go to 3. Maybe it could go to 3.5 if the Dolphins now off their bye look really, really good this week. Now, I understand the team that they're playing is no good, but if the offense comes out and they're clicking on all cylinders and they put the pedal to the metal, if I could throw out another cliche.
It won't slow down Achane.
No, I don't
Waddle
think so.
too good. You're getting Waller back. McDaniel somehow saved his job for the time being. I like the Dolphins, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised they beat the Saints either. Maybe the Jets get an interception Sunday. Cousins probably turns it over.
No, maybe.
First one of the year. Could happen.
The Seahawks and Animal, Road Warriors here.
Yep.
On the road at the Falcons, and Seattle's laying 8.5.
Okay. Not good here for Cousins. Not good. It'll be all over them. They'll slow down Robinson, put Cousins in 3rd and long, and they'll unleash hell and pin their ears back. Not good.
I would think that he's going to take a lot of hits in this game when he's dropping back to pass.
He'll
or
turn it
shotgun,
over.
Whatever.
He'll turn it over, too.
That is a teaser's delight right there with Seattle.
And the thing that's got to scare you is also what McMillan and Young did in that game against Atlanta's defense.
Yeah.
And so JSN props. Yep. Big game.
So Seattle is on the road. Well, their travel, man, is all over the place. Tennessee, back at home, at Atlanta. They got Carolina coming up on the road as well. A lot of travel miles here for Seattle still to come. The Saints are at the Buccaneers. Tampa Bay's 8.5, total 42.5.
You said it yesterday. This is enormous for Survivor, but it's no longer a layup. You know, the health of Mayfield and how bad this Tampa defense is. So, you know, look at what happened last year. They almost lost that game to blow the playoff spot. They couldn't stop Rattler. But, they should win, but it's no gimme.
Well, I think Buccaneers down to 2.5, along with the Seahawks down to 2.5 on a two-team teaser. Tantalizing right now.
Well, and that's people have been saving them. That's going to be a huge one in Survivor here.
No doubt.
Huge selection.
What do you want to do with this game? The Commanders are at the Vikings. Again, we're talking about Week 14 look-ahead numbers here. Minnesota's 3, total 42.5.
I like Washington. Daniels will be back.
I was going to say, should Minnesota be favored by 3 over anybody right now?
Yeah.
Maybe a team like the Raiders?
That should be pick, right?
He
said today, I want to play. I want to go out there and play, and I think they're going to play him, and he should be back by this game.
Yeah, how are you possibly submitting -3 with the Vikings in this game? No way, no how. Colts are 3 at Jacksonville, total 48.5.
Hey.
It's another big boy.
Love it. Colts 2.5 down the street. I like the Colts. It's because of Lawrence. Turnovers, and I think Taylor and this offense will do enough to get the win, and with a couple turnovers, I think they win by double digits.
I will remind you.
Just this phony Jacksonville team. They're going to make the playoffs. Going to drive me nuts.
This has been the ultimate house of horrors.
That's true.
Indianapolis, it's a nightmare for this team when they go and play at Jacksonville. Even when Jacksonville was a bottom feeder in the league and Indy was good, they would go there and lose for whatever the reason there. I don't like Lawrence. I can't. I'm done. Done with the guy.
Yep.
Steelers are playing at the Ravens. Baltimore 6.5, total 47.5.
Ooh.
I'll say it again. Like if the Ravens can't get it going offensively in the next couple of weeks, when they get the Bengals defense followed by the Steelers defense, then it's time to be worried, I think. If you're not already a little bit concerned.
Here's what they need. Beat the Bengals, win this game, and then you could actually sit Jackson for a week. Or somewhere down the road where you can get him healthy. Because he's got so many ailments right now.
Yeah.
And it's just he's not himself, and they don't have a chance in January if he doesn't have the option with his legs and take off and run and scramble.
Sure.
He's not doing anything on the ground.
Tennessee plays at Cleveland Week 14. FanDuel has Cleveland 3.5. DraftKings has it 4.5. Total is 34.5. This is not going to go well. Captain Obvious checking in for Cam Ward.
Yeah, this is your 13-10 game, right?
Yeah, well, 13-3 game, I think.
I'm not there with Cleveland yet with Sanders. 4.5? Yeah, let's see how it looks Sunday.
That could be Junkins running the ball a lot ineffectively against Tennessee's defense.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cam Ward's going to be at Cleveland on the road against this defense. That's a meat grinder game for him. The Bengals are at the Bills. Buffalo 7, 53.5 is the total. This would have been a marquee game going back to August.
Yeah, they moved it. Yep, it's not even a late game. They moved it up. You're right. This is one where the Bills should eat and everyone should go off offensively.
Well,
I know you got Shakir banged up and other, but still, it just should be a huge game on the ground and get whatever they want. And hopefully, if you've got Kincaid and Knox here and Cincinnati's just all-time bad against tight ends, it's going to be stealing for Allen.
Should be. Yeah, this has to be a Cook game big time, along with that combination of tight end that you talked about. I don't know, maybe Burrow goes there and lights him on fire, and the game is like 38-31. Would you be stunned in a Bengals game?
He's been great against them, I know.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, the other thing, too, that sticks out is he got a 54 for a total. I mean, how about the weather?
I know. Yeah, good point. The Broncos are laying 7.5 out here in Las Vegas, total 39.5.
Oh, you got to love it. Number one, all Denver fans. Number two, Raiders in total disarray. They're not going to move the ball. Remember the Thursday night game? And now with Peyton going against this team for the second time in a month, he'll be ready, and you'll get good Bo Nix in this game.
Where'd that game close a couple of weeks ago at Denver?
Was it 10?
Was it close to 10? I think it was on 10. And they won by 3. They were fortunate to win that game. But
Denver should win by, come on, that's a 17-point win.
Bears at Packers, Green Bay 5.5, total 46.5.
Yeah, late game. They moved it. Yep.
Does the luck factor here run out for Chicago?
That's still too many points, though. I think the Packers win the game, but to be laying that number, And this is the other thing. But you're right. Maybe it doesn't run out. Maybe they're just going to force you're going to take 2-3 interceptions every single game. And that's how it's going to be.
I'm trying to think, like, right now. So you're telling me that the Eagles are at least a 1.5-point favorite on a neutral against Green Bay. Does that seem right? I say that because obviously on Black Friday they're laying 7 against Chicago. Yeah, that's probably because I mean if you made Packers pick them against Eagles on a neutral, Philly would get bet. I believe anyway in that spot. Also, Rams are playing at the Cardinals, and LA is 8.5, 47.5.
Yeah.
I want to say that this is going to be absolute fireworks, but will the Cardinals offense be able to do anything against this Rams defense? It seems like they should be able to, but the Rams defense just, they shut down teams, man.
I love the Wilson story. He did it again in the loss. What happens when Harrison comes back? Fantasy, betting prop implications. The other one, McVay is owned Arizona. Arizona's horrible defensively, and you're right. The Rams would score at least 37 in this one, the way they're cooking offensively.
Right.
I mean, think about that. They were, as Arizona was at home, +4 in the turnover battle. One of them was a defensive touchdown. They still lost the game. They're awful.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow they beat the Cowboys on that Monday night. The late games are, the primetime games are awesome.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. The Sunday Nighters in KC. Chiefs are 5.5 or 6 against Houston. Total 42.5. I see a 43.5 out there as well. Is that too many points overall?
Yes, it is. Yes. Was Stroud back in that defense? That should be an under, number one.
That's what I'm thinking.
But that's also, the Chiefs can't be laying this. And Houston it's Houston's season, too.
I will remind people that the Texans game last year in the playoffs against Kansas City,
right.
Houston was a better team.
That's right.
The Chiefs didn't do anything on offense in that game.
Yep.
And the Texans gave it to them. And the Monday night game, Philly's laying 3 at the Chargers, 43.5.
Oh, it's 3 now.
Uh-huh.
Okay, 1.5 down the street. I like the Eagles. They will rough up Herbert in this game.
Yes, they will.
And this should be a game where can they get anything out of Barkley on the ground?
I'm going to say no because they haven't gotten anything out of him the entire year.
You got to get Lane Johnson back, and this is...
That's the whole key is the offensive line there.
Yeah. I think the Eagles should win that game. Reaching people's easy. Reaching the right people. Everything Mission Media helps your brand do that. Their cross-platform strategies hit fans wherever they're watching or listening. Podcast, connected TV, streaming, digital, all of it. And because Mission Media is the exclusive advertising partner for VSiN, you get direct access to one of the most loyal, engaged, and bet-ready sports audiences in the country, where they respond, they engage, they also make money. If you want your message in front of people who take action, Mission Media makes it happen. VSiN.com/advertise or email us at advertising@vsin.com.
Props are out for Thanksgiving. We'll tell you how Joe Burrow has done against Baltimore in his career and compare it to his prop for Thanksgiving night. Coming up on Follow the Money, it's VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
At Lowe's, loyalty is royalty. With Christmas right around the corner, treat yourself for less during the holiday season. Rewards members get early online-only access to Black Friday doorbuster deals on Thanksgiving Day, like the Hisense side-by-side fridge, just $799. Not a member? Join for free today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid 11/27 only on Lowe's.com. Member-only doorbusters and midnight Eastern. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. See Lowe's.com/terms for details. Subject to change.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Kind of wondering how this game on Thursday night is going to play out on the field now that Joe Burrow is back. He's going to play. He wants to play. He wants to go out there and look good. He wants to, I guess it was a childhood dream to go out there and play on Thanksgiving for him. So he kind of wants to spoil Baltimore's season as well. And those of us who are going to be playing Baltimore in Survivor contests as well. So Burrow's prop is 251.5. That's the low mark on the screen, maybe a touch higher than that at some books. 9 career games against Baltimore. He has averaged just shy of 300 yards passing per game, and the TD to INT ratio was 21-5. Chase, by the way, his prop is 7.5 catches, over -140. How many targets is he going to get with no Higgins in this game?
Yeah, no kidding.
And it's 92.5 yards.
I wanted Fant props again, but with Gesicki back, that screws things up. He had a great line. They asked Burrow about his memories of watching football on Thanksgiving. He said Stafford throwing for 300 yards to Megatron and losing the game. Well, he's been living that dream for 2 years.
Right.
What's going on with Cincinnati. So, but you said it earlier. I mean, Baltimore has got to get right offensively here. Nick Whalen had a good point that they're just fortunate how the schedule is going their way, where they're not playing well, but they're surviving against these bad teams, waiting for them. The defense has been awesome. I will give them that. But they got to do a better job here, and it starts with Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, there's also this. Derrick Henry in recent games against Cincinnati's defense, right? In 2023, he was actually still with Tennessee. That game, he had 22 carries for 122 and 1 touchdown. Last year with Baltimore, played him twice, obviously. 15 for 92 in his score, 16 for 68 and a touchdown. So he has, in recent games anyway, he's been dominating this Bengals defense, putting up really good numbers. But if Lamar is going to get it done in the air, you brought this up earlier, Pauly, the Bengals defense is all-time bad against tight ends. Here are some of the numbers. They have allowed 76 catches to tight ends so far this year, tied for the most. 962 yards, by far the most. Second is 799 by Carolina, and they've already played one extra game compared to Cincinnati. Yeah. And they've also, think about this for a second. The Bengals have allowed 13 touchdown receptions to tight ends. The most in the league. No other team has allowed more than 7. So Andrews is either 3.5 juiced over or 4.5 receptions plus money. Yards prop is 37.5. Isaiah Likely. Everybody can eat here on Thanksgiving night.
Most yards on Thanksgiving. Andrews is 4-1. Kelsey's your favorite. Likely 7-1.
They have most yards for tight ends?
They have, yes. They got everything you want here for these props. Problem is how much does Likely get involved? I like Andrews over. He should have, you think, at least 50, 60 yards. But to say 4-1, second shot, I know Kelsey will probably get a ton of targets in their game. I can't get there with Ferguson or Brock Wright either. Noah Fant 20-1, but I mentioned how with Gesicki coming back, I don't like that.
And you're not going to get there with Musgrave either.
No. He's 10, by the way.
Yeah. Likely 2.5, man. That's a very bettable number to me. And 24.5 yards, he could take that down in one catch.
Yeah. They also have brought the Triple Crown back. Passing, rushing, and receiving.
Okay.
Mahomes, Chase, Henry is 30-1. Dak, Pickens, Henry, 40-1. Burrow, Pickens, Henry, 35-1.
Oh, man.
You can make a case of so many guys. I mean, look at the totals. 49.5, 51, 50, 50.5, 52.5. Look at the totals. I mean, all these guys can go off. It's going to be something.
Well, also, when you look at the passing yards props for all these guys, they're pretty, they're in the ballpark here, right? Mahomes is 267.5. I mentioned Burrow, he's low 250s. Prescott is 249.5. You brought this up earlier. Jordan Love, most passing yards,
7-1, right? Well, Winston just threw all over you, and you should have lost the game at home. So he's going to take shots deep. I'm looking at Watson props, but I would think Jordan Love at that price. Number one, Lamar's not going to throw for a lot of yards, and it could be a blowout. That's where you can make your case. Burrow may be playing catch-up, but he's also going to be rusty. You still have to respect Kansas City's defense. They did an excellent job in the second half against Indy. Dak's 3. Mahomes, even though he's the chalk, you mentioned his yards. Goff's 5-1 too. But with that, what they did to him in week 1, that defense, maybe they just get in his face, and it's nothing but pressure, and he can't handle it. I think Love 7-1's pretty enticing.
Okay, so what you said a minute ago, right? You got to kind of try to predict game flow, which team's going to jump on the other team and get a big lead, hence then making the opposing quarterback throw the ball a lot. By the way, it happened last week in the Chiefs game, where the Colts got on top of them immediately, and they had the lead for the entire game. So Mahomes eventually, it went to overtime, but he threw for more than 300 yards in that spot. So is Dallas in that game, which team falls behind? Is it more likely to be Dallas or Kansas City, or does it just turn into a shootout and they're trading touchdowns the entire game and both guys go for 350 plus? Because I think the likely winner is going to come from that game, unless what you said is true, and that is Baltimore jumps on Cincinnati right out of the gates, and they're like, okay, Joe, you're back, buddy. Go find Chase.
Yep.
Go throw it 48 times tonight. And if you put up whatever that number is, man, good luck, pal.
I don't see anyone pulling away outside of the Baltimore game. And that includes the Black Friday game, too. I think all these games can be close and back and forth. Another one I'm going to give you. most receiving yards on Thanksgiving only for a running back. Gibbs is 2-1. That's one of the best plays going in the league right now.
He's so good.
Just dump it off. And what's right? You got to fade Chase Brown, who will probably get you 30 tops. Jacobs, Montgomery. Henry doesn't catch the ball. I mean, look at that price at 2-1. You get that, you might get a 50-yard reception.
What is Jacobs?
He's plus 450. Not enough touches, though.
He might get you 3-4 catches.
For what? 30 yards tops? 25? I mean, Gibbs can take one to the house. What they did against Philadelphia was incredible. I know a lot of it was baked into the weather, but that play's unstoppable. At least I'd say, here's 9 yards in my back pocket.
Gibbs does have a little bit of a Barry Sanders feel to him, to where he could just take off from 68 yards out on any given play and hit the end zone. Nobody's Barry, but you know what I'm saying? Because he can find those holes. He's so elusive, and then once he gets out there, forget about it, man. Mm-hmm. That breakaway speed is just, it's fun to watch. I think he reached 23 miles an hour in that one run.
Great, yeah. Rice was awesome against the Colts. We thought he'd have a big day. Attacked the Colts in the slot. He's 6-1, most receiving yards. Other thing, too, on the Bengals is what happens with Henry. This also determines props and game flow. I mean, is it all Henry going for
a lot of it should be Henry.
You have 120 yards, and that's it. That's the whole game plan.
And maybe that's where the Ravens, they just want to attack him like, okay, you have the worst defense in the NFL. We are going to go on 11-play drives, and we're taking 8 minutes off the clock every single time because we don't want Burrow. We don't even want to take the chance of Burrow lighting us up in this game.
I'm glad you brought that up. I'm thinking that the whole way watching that Monday Night Football game, right? Isn't that what you're thinking? The 49ers defense can't get any pressure on the quarterback, so Salah's got a blitz, right? But the other thing is they have had so many injuries and they don't have a good defense. So what do? You take 7-8 minute drives if you're Shanahan. And that's another thing you can do. Just lean on McCaffrey, dump offs. Don't trust my quarterback anyways down the field.
Especially the way the game started. They had to change because Purdy was a nightmare.
That's right. But moving forward, and I already took under 38, that's what Shanahan has to do. To help out the defense. And also, you got a quarterback you can't trust him throwing the ball down the field. Mm-hmm. Just lean on McCaffrey on the ground, little Robinson, but then the dink and dunk stuff. Just chew clock, and you look up, it's, my God, we're in the second quarter already.
Yeah, Sunday's game in Cleveland could be kind of a repeat of last night because Salah did dial up a really good game plan overall, and now they're getting Shedeur Sanders in his second overall start. I mean, I don't hate that angle at all. They'll dial up the blitz.
Shorten the game.
Remember, he completed 0 passes against a bunch of blitzes from Baltimore when he came in the second half, and then the Raiders decided, no, we're not going to blitz the kid.
Yeah, like in worst case, they should be in 3rd and 4 all game long. 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5, right? You can get that every time with those dump-offs to McCaffrey or just the short stuff to Kittle or Jennings.
Boy, I'll tell you, I would have a sit-down. I'm sure Shanahan is today with Purdy.
Oh, you have to.
Just like...
He said all the right things going into the locker room, but it's like, nah, this throw, this, missed one, that. I mean, he could have had 6 interceptions.
Honestly,
I mean, they're calling for Mac Jones. I don't have a problem. I don't think there's a difference in that contract. Looks terrible.
Oh, my God. If I'm Kyle Shanahan, that thought entered my mind during the game last night. After number 3, and it could have been worse, like you said, I'm thinking, okay, I think Mac's going to have to go get the helmet here. Because we might lose this game.
Reminded me of the days with Garoppolo. That playoff game against the Vikings. I'm just going to have to run it every play.
It reminded me of Brock Purdy's other game with 3 INTs in the first half against Baltimore on Christmas night.
There you go, when he blew the MVP. Absolutely. Great job, Books. Great job with all these props and the creativity.
Maybe that would be the angle, by the way, to a Baltimore-Cincinnati under.
Yeah.
If they do that. And it's not even just Henry. It's some of the backup running backs there as well, where they get touches, and if they can just rip off, 5 yards of play, it's like, yeah, Lamar's not going to throw much. We're just going to run the ball all day long against this bad defense. So more on that game coming up with Glenn Clark, by the way, who covers the Ravens in Baltimore, coming up in about 35 minutes. We'll get some best bets in college football for the weekend with Paul Stone. Next, he has a couple. He's got one dog, one favorite. He's got a pick 'em. He likes a total in a marquee matchup in the SEC. He'll get his best bets next here on VSiN.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Some best bets here Final week of college football, regular season anyways. We head out to the Progressive Guest line. Paul Stone joins the program now. You can follow him on X. He's at Paul Stone Sports. Good afternoon, buddy. Happy Thanksgiving. We appreciate the time. Let's begin with a really big game in the SEC. Vandy takes on Tennessee. This one is going to be worth a 3.5 hour watch, I think. Back and forth affair. What is your plan of attack here with the betting numbers on this game?
Yeah, Vanderbilt obviously still has a small chance to make the playoff if they can get the mild upset there in Knoxville. But I'm looking at the total here. And this game, the total opened 64.5 on Sunday there at Circa. It's been bet up just a little bit to 65.5. But I think this is a game that just screams points. You look at it, first of all, when you're looking at an over, especially in the mid-60s, you want to look at that weather forecast. We're still 4 days out from Saturday's 3:30 p.m. Eastern kickoff there in Knoxville. But the forecast looks really favorable right now. High of 50 degrees, no wind to speak of, really no chance of precipitation. So really looks like it's going to be ideal conditions. Though just some numbers that you don't want to throw too much out there. But Tennessee averages 39.3 points per game this year versus FBS opponents. They rank 7th nationally in scoring. Vanderbilt just a point behind, 38.3 points per game to rank 8th nationally. They both average over 450 total yards offense per game. Vanderbilt, 7.2 yards per play. Tennessee not far behind at 6.6 yards per play. Both these teams like to throw the ball. They both rank in the top 10 nationally in yards pass per attempt. Both of these teams average over 9 yards per attempt. Vandy, 9.3 yards per attempt. Tennessee, 9.1. I could go on and on. They both pass the ball very well, move the ball very well on offense. They don't defend the pass very well, though. Both rank in the bottom 25 in passing yards allowed of the FBS 136 teams. I see a lot of points here. Both these teams also very highly ranked in yards per point, which is a metric which speaks to a lot of things, but basically, a team that scores a lot of touchdowns, doesn't kick a whole lot of field goals, a higher relative percentage of non-offensive touchdowns, shorter scoring drives set up by turnovers, that kind of thing. They're both in the top 10 in yards per points. I think we're going to get a game in the 70s. I like this game over 65.5 there in Knoxville on Saturday.
Very good. All right, good luck, my friend. They've been playing this game since 1890. 134 meetings. Paul Bunyan's Axe, Minnesota and Wisconsin. Wisconsin, a couple upsets now since they announced they're bringing Fickle back. What do you think of the Gophers here?
I mean, first of all, man, you got to love college football, just these names, teams playing for, this is the battle for Paul Bunyan's Axe, as you mentioned. Minnesota and Michigan, they play for the Little Brown Jug, TCU, SMU, the Iron Skillet. We could go on and on, but really unique part of college football lore. Looking at these teams, the outcome of this game, not going to have any implications on either team's bowl possibilities. This season, certainly where Minnesota goes could be impacted. But at 6-5, Minnesota's already qualified for a bowl. At 4-7, Wisconsin's simply playing for pride here. This will be their last game of the season. And while Wisconsin's season, as a whole is going to be judged as a disappointment, they have certainly shown strides in the month of November, posted home victories over Washington and Illinois. Their AD, Chris McIntosh, gave Luke Fickell an endorsement that he would return. Fickell will for the 2026 season. Also gave him a pledge of greater investment in the program, which Wisconsin sorely needs to keep up with their Big Ten brethren. And while Wisconsin, they've managed to steady the ship a little bit, I like Minnesota here to retain the Axe, and it's primarily due to the Gophers' home road dichotomy. They have played a much more difficult road schedule, but they are a much better team at home this season. They're 6-0 at home this year, perfect 6-0, and a rather imperfect 0-5 on the road. Their best win of the year being a 24-6 victory over Nebraska at home in mid-October. I think Minnesota and the redshirt quarterback Drake Lindsey get it done. You never want to lay many points with a offensively challenged Minnesota team, but here we are at pick. Just have to win the game. I think they will. Give me Minnesota at pick over Wisconsin at Huntington Bank Stadium.
For those who don't know, this is the most played college football series in Division I.
Yeah.
It's tied at 63 apiece with 8 ties. From 2004 to 2017, Wisconsin won every single game, but PJ Fleck has done a great job. Minnesota's won 4 out of the last 7 in this rivalry. It is a big deal. And Paul, as a Wisconsinite, I hope you're wrong on this one.
Oh,
I'm just kidding. That's for pride. That's for pride. So you faded Pittsburgh last week, and they got out. They jumped on Georgia Tech from the get-go in that game, and then Georgia Tech came roaring all the way back, nearly tied it up, got back into the game. Then there was a pick 6. Now this week you're on Pittsburgh against Miami, catching 7. Tell us why you like them.
Yeah, I've had this, game circle for some time, really, Mitch. Most of Miami's players, I would say with a great degree of confidence, they probably didn't come to the U because of the opportunity to play a late November game in Pittsburgh in near freezing temperatures every couple of years. So that probably wasn't part of the reason they came there, and certainly nothing against the fine, hardworking men and women of the Steel City. My wife, she's from the state of Ohio, but grew up only 60 miles from Pittsburgh, so certainly fond of that area. But the Canes, man, they're about fun in the sun. They're about South Beach, and this just isn't it. This Saturday, the forecast calls for a high temperature of 37 degrees in Pittsburgh, possibility of some slow flurries. We'll keep an eye on that as we get closer to game day, but the weather might not be very Miami-esque, if you will. Neither here nor there, but the high in Miami on Saturday predicted to be a rather balmy 77 degrees. You talked about Pittsburgh's victory, won by 2 touchdowns there at Georgia Tech, just really controlled the game from beginning to end. They had a very balanced offensive attack. Their true freshman quarterback, Mason Heinschel, he just continues to perform at a high level. Looks like a veteran quarterback. He threw for 226 yards. They have been without one of their better offensive players in recent weeks. Desmond Reed, kind of their scat back. He's been in and out. But this past weekend against Georgia Tech, they had a true freshman, a guy who's 5'9", 180 pounds, Jakarian Turner. He rushed for 201 yards in that victory for Pitt over Georgia Tech. So they identified another weapon, and he happens to be a Floridian. I'm sure Miami, I shouldn't say I'm sure, but I would doubt Miami recruited him if he's playing at Pitt. So this game might have an extra measure of meaning for Mr. Turner. The month of November last year certainly wasn't kind to Miami. We'll remember that they dropped November road games as more than a touchdown favorite at both Georgia Tech and at Syracuse, ultimately kept them out of the 12-team playoff. This year in November, back on November 1st, they went to SMU as a 10.5-point road favorite, lost to the Ponies 26-20. Their quarterback, the well-compensated Carson Beck, between last year at Georgia and this year at Miami, he's thrown a total of 21 interceptions. So he is a little bit interception prone. So I think Pitt's got a chance to either push or perhaps win that turnover battle on Saturday. The Panthers don't have to beat Miami for us to get the money. They just have to keep it close. And I think they've got a chance to win. Give me Pitt +7 over Miami Saturday in Pittsburgh.
All right. Less than 2 minutes left. Great call last week on UTSA. Right back with them, laying 7 against Army.
Sometimes, Pauly, you just ride a hot hand, and that's what we're going to do here again with their quarterback, Owen McCowan, and the Texas San Antonio Roadrunners. To kind of review, last week I highlighted Texas San Antonio's very distinct home-road dichotomy, looking at their performances in the Alamo Dome and away from the Alamo Dome. And since the start of the 2024 season, after that victory over East Carolina last weekend, a resounding victory, they are now 10-1 at home, straight up, 9-2 against the spread over that same span. You look at their road play, they're 2-10 on the road straight up over the last 2 seasons, 3-9 against the spread. They are just a different team at home. And looking at Owen McCowan at the Alamo Dome, specifically over his last 4 games, I mean, he has been a marksman over these last 4 games. Those games coming against Incarnate Word, Rice, Tulane, and then last week, East Carolina. He is 100 of 123, so an 81% completion rate, 1,097 yards, an average of 8.9 yards per attempt. He's thrown for 16 touchdowns in those last 4 games against absolutely 0 interceptions. So he's taking care of the football. I just like where they are. Army's a team that depends offensively and defensively on discipline and technique. They don't want to get in although they do have some great athletes, they don't want it to become a game of athleticism. And where that kind of gets to them sometimes is when teams throw the football and teams get them in space on the field. And that's what UTSA, I think, is going to do here. I like UTSA -7. Kind of a side note as well, UTSA's last 9 games at the Alamo Dome have all gone over Saturday's total of 52. But I like UTSA -7 over Army.
Very good. Best of luck this weekend. Happy Thanksgiving, Paul. We appreciate it.
Hey, same to you guys. Happy Thanksgiving to you guys and everybody out there listening. Appreciate it.
It's never too early for Lowe's Black Friday deals. Snag some of our biggest savings of the season right now, like 25% off select pre-lit artificial Christmas trees. And get yourself free select DeWalt, Cobalt, or Craftsman tools when you buy a select battery or combo kit before the Black Friday rush. Because everyone loves free stuff, right? Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 12/3 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Do you like the service at Mitch and Pauly's?
I don't tip. You don't tip? No, I don't believe in it.
Leave us a tip on your way out.
You don't tip. You don't tip. What do you mean you don't tip? They don't believe in it.
The guys crack open the jar and see what the listeners have left behind.
So what, no TV now?
It's time for the tip jar at Mitch and Pauly's Pizzeria.
Pauly's Pizzeria tip jar, sponsored by Mama's Pizza. Mama's Pizza, the only place where your pizza money always gets you a win. Check them out, mamaspizzas.net. Franchise opportunities available, 817-870-2571. Sal in New York, loyal listener. 3 have already cashed. Parsons to have a sack. Sanders throws a touchdown. Winston gets picked. He needs Illinois laying 7 against Northwestern and Scheffler to win the U.S. Open. 33-1. All right, well, you got 4 in there if Illinois covers. Okay. You got, Scheffler
Yeah,
to
so then
win.
you'll have Scheffler 33-1.
Not bad. Okay. Yeah.
I would say that I'm just anti-doing this with golfers. It's so difficult to hit an outright golfer. To put him on any tournament before
Top
it's even
5,
started.
top
yeah.
10.
Yeah.
Tom in Ohio. Rams win the Super Bowl. Gonzaga to the Final Four. Great win last night. They look to be the real deal. Thunder win the West, 190-1. Don't hate it.
Damn.
I like it, Tom.
Yeah, me too.
Good job, Tom. John, Buckeyes repeat. Rams Super Bowl. Arizona College Hoops. Good team. 127-1.
They have an incredible resume, obviously, Arizona. But, I know where you're at with the head coach.
I don't trust the coach. Absolutely. Yep. All right. Well, Doug taking a shot here. He got a miracle comeback last week with the Cowboys. Cowboys, Panthers, Bears, Ravens, Patriots division. 6,000-1. So you're telling me there's a chance?
All right. I got to tell you, the Panthers are absolutely live in that division, despite losing last night.
They're a bad team. How did Atlanta give that up to Bryce Young? Oh.
The Buccaneers have losable. They have a couple of easy games, but they also have some losable games on the schedule.
Right.
Man, I don't know what to say about the Bears. They're in first place right now, but they have a negative 3-point differential.
I know, yeah, right. Yep. Trevor in Florida. Chiefs beat the Rams in the Super Bowl. Oklahoma makes the playoff. Chelsea finishes top 2 in the Premier League, 825-1. Don't hate it. Oklahoma wins, they're in. Chelsea playing well. Everyone behind Arsenal's got issues. Liverpool's down.
I wonder when he bet that.
Yeah. Chiefs, problem is Chiefs going to have to win all these games on the road.
Well, all they have to do is get into the AFC playoffs.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yep.
In Oklahoma, just to make the playoff.
Hey, Gordon.
Did you skip Johnny B here?
I skipped him because it's Gibbs.
Oh, he could still win it.
Offensive Player of the Year?
6 games left if he goes what if he has 2 more games like last week?
Vrabel, Coach of the Year. Egbuka, Offensive Rookie. Gibbs, Offensive Player of the Year. Schlesinger, Defensive Rookie of the Year. 1,650-1.
Okay, so
everything looks good except Gibbs.
And I don't know what to do about the Rookie of the Year either.
I know. I don't know why McMillan didn't take a bigger hit. He had 2 catches and drops.
Drops last night.
Come on. So what, he scored?
I just need one big game like now out of Agbuka.
You're right.
Gibbs not going to win Offensive Player of the Year in all likelihood, but man, he's going to post some just insane numbers by the end of the season.
Broncos-Rams Super Bowl, 160-1. Rams beat the Broncos 400-1. Come on, Gordon. Good job. That's excellent.
I mean, the path here, right, is that the Broncos could be looking at the 1 seed overall.
Sure.
You win 2 games, teams have to come to your place now and play in Mile High City against that defense.
What do you think of New England Denver AFC title game ticket paid in August? Man.
No kidding.
But real Mr. ACL on X always sends in good stuff. He's worth a follow. He gives it out at weddings, too, with his tickets. Ohio State back-to-back Rams Super Bowl, Gonzaga, 600-1. You were talking up this Gonzaga team before the big win last night, at least with the rankings and the efficiency numbers.
Well, and then like Ken Palm has him top 3.
Yeah.
I know Greg Peterson, when we did the Pod of the Future with him a couple of weeks back, this is 1 game into the year, he said take 2 futures. He was already buying on Arizona, and he goes, you got to grab some Gonzaga. He loves them.
I think he overschedules, but he's trying to do it because he knows what the schedule looks like once they get into January. Peter in Canada, Buckeyes repeat, Thunder repeat, Avalanche division, Arsenal. Love it. 24-1. Love it.
I like that one quite a bit.
That's very good. Arsenal should win it. Randy in August bet JSN to lead in receiving. 33-1.
Good angle.
If you listen to Paul Charchian, Mitch was on vacation. His favorite bet, Charchian loved JSN over 950 yards. I mean, come on.
Isn't that nice when you are super high in a player before the year ever starts and you bet him in various markets and then he outperforms expectations by a mile?
Yep. Shout out to Chris Massero and also Kevin at Rocco's, our buddy at Rocco's. They have Texas Tech 300-1. They're going to be dangerous. They get in, and they should get in. Win Saturday, they're in. Tim in Minnesota. McElroy Masters, Dodgers World Series, Eagles Super Bowl. The first 2 have cashed. So he has Eagles Super Bowl repeat, 188-1.
Sure. I mean, you can get very creative with that ticket.
And Andrew, Buckeyes repeat, Thunder repeat, Avalanche win the Cup, Arsenal Premier League, 102-1.
I mean, again,
another
one that I'm a big fan of. By the way, we need to point out this to people who don't know. If you can get to a state where you have Circa, you can always bet the no on this stuff too.
That's true. Good point. Also, for you people out there, Paul Stone gave out Southern Miss at 20-1 before the season. If they win Saturday, they're in the title game. They're big dogs against James Madison, though. Ozzie and others have Pitt 70-1 to win the ACC.
Wow.
And San Diego State 30-1 to win the Mountain West. If they win, they're in the championship game. Took a bad beat last night. Mama's Pizza has your back. Kicking ass and taking names since 1968. How about that? You know they're the real deal. And the crust, unbelievable. So good. The garlic butter on the crust. A pound of mozzarella on every large pie. The meat lovers. The pepperoni. The wings. Phenomenal food at Mama's. Check them out, mamaspizzas.net. At Mama's Pizza on Instagram. And tired of working for someone else? Franchise now. Let's get this up to 20 locations. 817-870-2571. 817-870-2571. Mama's Pizza. Thank you.
So I'm on sportsoddshistory.com right now. It's a great site to track numbers throughout the entire year in all these sports to where they were at in terms of a future market. I'm looking at the ACC. SMU 4 weeks ago was 35-1 just to win the ACC.
Yeah.
Pitt back in week 6, they were 150-1.
Wow. They beat Miami. They need a little help. SMU winning in. Virginia winning in. You got a shot?
Yeah, Texas Tech was 6-1 back in August.
Brad Powers got 12.
12-1 in January.
12-1.
Indiana was 12-1 to win the Big Ten back in week 6.
Is that right?
They were 30-1 a month into the season.
Wow.
Because Oregon was so highly rated.
Okay.
A&M, they were 18-1 before the season started to win the SEC. I'm trying to find some more. I have North Texas 10-1 in week 3, 15-1 in week 2.
I love their quarterback.
To win the American Athletic.
Kid didn't even play in high school. What a story. He might have a future in the NFL. He's 6'5" and can sling it.
Sure. Let's see here.
San Diego State must have been massive.
Mountain West, San Diego State was 20-1 in week 6, 13-1 in week 7. They were 30-1 or higher in week 4. UNLV never got above, they were 10-1 in week 11. And now they're the second shot on the board behind San Diego State.
What, you got New Mexico there?
New Mexico was 150-1 in week 2.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, they only use one sports book, by the way, so other books may have been higher in some of this stuff.
Okay, what do we got going on here? UMass on the UMass driving now?
Yeah,
it was 28-0. Now it could be 28-14 here.
I hope they get a touchdown here. I need it because I need the Bowling Green's using like 11 different running backs so far in this game. So my Dendy prop, he's not even halfway there at this point. They're sprinkling. They're running trick plays to wide receivers up, 28 points already.
I would take the 24.5 in play right now with UMass.
What's the total?
61.
Yeah, okay, because it was 53.5 not that long ago.
Yep.
I mean, honestly, if Bowling Green wants to score 70 in this game, they can.
You got him. Touchdown. Nice play.
Good. Needed that.
All right, 28-14. You don't count out UMass. Here they come.
Yeah, they really are fighting like crazy to avoid the 0-12 season.
All right.
You don't give UMass 14 points, Pauly. Come on.
Now, that would be wild if they come back down 28 rip and do this.
Oh, what are they to win the game outright?
80-1. That's worth, come on. That's a slice. Come on.
You want to put a little Bobby pizza on that?
Come on, 80-1.
Thanksgiving sandwich. By the way, more sub places now are offering the Thanksgiving sandwich.
You have to.
I'm in.
You have to.
Ravens-Bengals up next. Glenn Clark covers the Ravens in Baltimore. What's the level of concern with Lamar Jackson's health for Thursday and the rest of the season?